Hey everyone, welcome back. I am beginning a new 4-part series here that really, I believe, touches on right where we are right now in the world. And so this is part 1 of 4. Today we're going to be looking at the beast system, how it's moved through history, and how that's seen in Scripture from man's view and how it's seen in Scripture from God's view. So looking at Daniel chapter 2 and Daniel chapter 7, both of those chapters speak about the same timeline. It's seen in Nebuchadnezzar's statue that he has in his dream in Daniel chapter 2. Both Daniel chapter 2 and 7 speak of the same exact timeline, the demonic seat of Satan, that is the Babylon system, traveling geographically throughout different empires throughout history. Daniel chapter 2 is man's view. We as men see the government empires, their magnificence, their money, and their leaders. Whereas in Daniel chapter 7, where they're shown the exact same system and government empires, though it's from God's view. And so God sees the ugly demonic force behind the system, and he therefore in Scripture portrays them as beasts, literally the beast system morphing throughout history. So in Revelation, when Satan is described as a dragon and the Antichrist is described as a beast and the false prophet another beast, this is God's view, seeing the demonic system, the demonic entities behind these leaders, these manifestations of these people. The Antichrist, it will be a physical man, but God sees the demonic spirit, the beast behind him. So in this, when we arrive at Mystery Babylon in Revelation chapters 17 and 18, the current world power at that time, or at this time, that is the current seat of Satan, that is shown and described as a scarlet beast. And the harlot represents the current world power that is controlling the beast system. So that's what those are pictures of there in Revelation 17. So we know right now that the current power of the world system right now the power of the current world system needs to be taken away in order for the Antichrist final Babylon system to be set up, which will be ultimately the final beast system. And so for more clarity on that section of it, where I advise you to watch this whole 4-part series. So we're really going to dive into that a lot. That's what we're going to gain understanding of. So let me premise this whole series here by clarifying that Babylon is not a place. It is a demonic spirit that has moved geographically throughout history, beginning in Babel, which then became Babylon, then Medo-Persia, Greece, and Rome. And if you read Isaiah chapter 14, verses 1 through 23, it shows us that Satan, Lucifer, is the king of Babylon, the demonic spiritual king, leading and guiding and controlling the human physical king and system. This, and I believe all Scripture, needs to be seen through spiritual eyes to gain the actual depth, the full meaning of what God is actually showing us prophetically, spiritually, in the spiritual level. So this is the demonic force throughout history behind the leader or the system, regardless of the geographical location. So a king rules from his throne, yes? So wherever Satan's current system moves to, there his throne will be. There the seat of Satan will be. Scripture will show you that the seat of Satan, the throne, his throne, moves geographically. If you're looking through spiritual eyes, you can see that in Scripture. First, it was in Babylon, as I pointed out in Isaiah chapter 14. Then it moves when Medo-Persia took over control and they became the world power. It was moved to Pergamos, which today is modern day Turkey. At that time, though, modern day Turkey was under Roman control. In Revelation chapter 2, verse 13, it shows this. Speaking to the church in Pergamos, Jesus said, I know your works and where you dwell, where Satan's throne is. So see now, this demonic Babylon system, Satan's throne, has moved geographically from actual Babylon in Iraq now to Turkey in scripture. But it's under, like I said, it's under Roman control at that time. Then eventually it moves to Rome. The same Rome revealed in the legs of iron and partially in the feet and 10 toes of the statue in Daniel chapter 2. Every empire on Daniel's statue is the same demonic system. It's Satan's Babylon system. Again, I'm going to repeat because I want you to get this. The seed of Satan, the demonic power behind Babylon, is the same demonic power system regardless of its geographical location. Its location moves, its leader changes, but the demonic spirit behind it all is the same. The statue in Daniel chapter 2 is a timeline given by God of the satanic seed of power from the time of Daniel to the second coming of Jesus. Daniel, speaking to Nebuchadnezzar about Nebuchadnezzar's dream, in Daniel chapter 2, verses 32 through 45, it says this. The image's head was of fine gold, its chest and arms of silver, its belly and thighs of bronze, its legs of iron, its feet partially of iron and partially of clay. You watched while a stone cut out without hands, which struck the image on its feet of iron and clay and broke them in pieces. Then the iron, the clay, the bronze, the silver, and the gold were crushed together and became like chaff from the summer threshing floors. The wind carried them away so that no trace of them was found, and the stone that struck the image became a great mountain and filled the whole earth. So Daniel proceeds then to interpret the dream in the coming verses 36 through 45, explaining that all the future major world empires from Babylon all the way up to Jesus' second coming, it tells us that except for one. There's one that's left out. That's a mystery. So understand that the gold head represents Babylon as a whole, meaning the demonic spirit behind the system. The head always distinguishes the body. Remember this, the head always distinguishes the body. My head is crystal, but my legs, though in a different location, it's still me. My hands are in a different location. This is still crystal. Meaning if the head is Babylon, if the head is crystal, so if the head is Babylon, the demonic spirit, then the rest of the body of the statue is still Babylon. The demonic spirit also. It's just in a different geographical location. It's the same thing, just moving throughout history. The rest of the body, the silver chest being Medo-Persia, the bronze legs being Greece, the iron legs being Rome, and the feet and 10 toes being iron and mixed with clay, is still the same demonic spirit of Babylon, just in a different geographical location. Wherever the current world power is, wherever that current world leader is, that's where Satan's seat, the beast system, has moved throughout history. So the feet mixed with iron and clay and 10 toes represent the final Babylon system. Understand that. And that's what Jesus comes and destroys during the tribulation, at the end of the tribulation. However, understand that right now, we're at the statue's ankles in history. The iron legs, that being Rome, is no longer in power. though we do see how powerful the remnant of that Roman era was by the sheer magnitude of the current Roman Catholic Church system. But none of those, the feet and 10 toes, nor the legs of iron, is where we are right now. None of those describe where we are in history right now. None of them mention Mystery Babylon. Mystery Babylon up to this point has remained a mystery. That is, until now, I believe. And I will explain my breakdown of that in the next video. See you in part 2.